In Hollow Knight, there are a variety of items that will both make your traversal of hollowness easier and allow you to reach new areas. In this video, I'll explain how to get each of these abilities and what they do. The requirements I list is what I believe the average player would require at minimum to obtain these things. And if you wish to avoid spoilers, only consult this guide if you are truly stuck. Hope you enjoyed the video. The first movement ability you are likely to get is the Mothwing Cloak. This item allows you to dash through the air without losing any height, enabling you to pass through small gaps and avoid environmental hazard easier. You keep one dash in the air, which refreshes when you land on a surface you can jump off of, or when you use your nail to bounce off an enemy or spike hazard. You will need Vengeful Spirit to acquire this. You can find a Mothwing Cloak in Green Path. After you defeat a Hornet, a vessel will fall over and drop the cloak. Picking it up will give you the ability. Mantis Claw is an item that will allow you to cling to walls, allowing you to perform wall jumps and get to places you previously couldn't. You can cling to a wall by moving in the direction of the wall you want to cling to, and if both directions are pressed while attached to a wall, the knight will descend at regular falling speed. You will need a Mothwing Cloak to acquire this item. The Mantis Claw is located near the bottom of Fungal Waste in Mantis Village. There are a number of Mantis and Mantis youths in the corridors leading to the room. And in the room itself, you will need to flip a lever in order to access the upgrade above. This lever is guarded by a Mantis, and Mantis youth are resting at each gap. After flipping the lever, you'll want to go back to the beginning of the room and take the top path. At the end of the path, there is a room containing Mantis Claw, protected by 2 Mantis youths. The Crystal Heart allows the knight to super dash and cross large distances quickly without losing height. Holding the button down for it allows you to build up the charge the Crystal Heart requires to work, producing crystals as it charges. Once all the crystals are grown and glowing, releasing the button will propel the knight forward until you make contact with an enemy, wall, hazard, or simply press the button again. You will need Mothwing Cloak and Mantis Claw, as well as either Mumify Lantern or Desolate Dive to access the Crystal Heart. Crystal Heart is located at the left side of Crystal Peak. There are 2 ways to get there. There is a hallway on the left side of Forgotten Crossroad leading to it, with a toll booth that can only be seen and paid for once you have Lumify Lantern. Or you can access Crystal Peak by using Desolate Dive to destroy the floor in a mine shaft at the top left side of Forgotten Crossroads, above the toll gate, and by Mila. Once inside Crystal Peak, go towards the top of the area. If you go left one room and it looks like there's a very tall ceiling, you're on the right track. Then you want to take the rightmost path leading downwards until you see a large golem with a lever in the foreground. Hit the lever for a shortcut. To the right should be the Crystal Heart area. In this area there's a lot of platforming, with platforms that flip over, conveyor belts, lasers, and various enemies. When you land on a platform with crystals under it, poking into crystals with your nail will flip the platform back over, allowing you to stand on it again. Crystals do not count as an environmental hazard as well, meaning that if you take damage, you can stand on them through iframes. And once you get Crystal Heart, you can use it to go back without doing any platforming again. The Monarch Wings grant a knight a double jump, allowing you to reach a variety of places, such as the top section of Crystal Peak, Hellena's Crown, or the Fungal Core, a central location of Fungal Waste. The double jump is refreshed in the same way Dash is, by landing on a surface that can be jumped off of, or pogoing off an enemy's head. You'll need both Mantis Claw and Crystal Heart acquired Monarch Wings normally. On the left, at the bottom of the Ancient Basin, there will be a bench that you have to pay to unlock. I would recommend sitting on it if you can afford it. To the left of that bench, however, there will be a long stretch of spikes. You can use Crystal Dash to cross that gap. There are more spikes at the end, so be careful you don't run into them, but you will, if you hit them, you will spawn next to them. Once you go down the hole, you cannot get back up. There are several Marlworks doing endless amounts of goop, but they aren't too bad to dodge or kill if you need to. Once past them, take the path up, and to the right is a breakable wall. Break it so you have a shortcut back, and if you are low on health, you can also go back to the bench if you have to. Once you're ready, continue going left, and you'll find a corpse and an infected corridor blocked by goop. Head towards the goop and it'll initiate a boss fight. Light seeds do not do well with strangers. Once you've defeated the broken vessel, go through the now open door and follow the path. At the end, you'll find the Monarch Wings. Grabbing the Monarch Wings will turn the Forgotten Crossroads into the Infected Crossroads, greatly increasing the difficulty of enemies and blocking off certain paths entirely. Make sure you're ready to deal with that before grabbing them. Isma's Tear is an item that enables the knight to swim in acid water without taking damage. Isma's Tear is mostly a quality of life upgrade to most, although it will allow you to access Queen's Gardens and the left half of Fog Canyon without doing difficult platforming. You'll need Mothwing Cloak, Mantis Claw, Crystal Heart, and you also need to defeat Dung Defender before you can access Isma's Tear. In the bottom right side of Royal Waterways, there is a platform with crystals growing out of the ground. Use Crystal Heart to go to the other side. Continue following the crystals until you see some horps. Once you've defeated the Horps, go up to find the Dung Defender's sigil, and then navigate through the maze ahead. At the end, there will be an arena where you have to fight against husk sentries, and then you'll drop into the room where Isma's tier is located. Shade Cloak is an upgrade of Mothwing Cloak, which makes the knight invulnerable during a dash. It's required to go through any shade gates, including the one splitting the two sections of Fodcane. Also, the cooldown for Shade Cloak is slightly longer than normal dash, so you can do 2 normal dashes in between each Shade Cloak dash. You'll need Mothwing Cloak, Mantis Claw, Monarch Wings, and King's Brand to acquire Shade Cloak. After obtaining King's Brand, make your way to the very bottom of Ancient Basin. There is a door to the left that you can now open. Right down, hopefully avoiding spikes and those little shadow creepers. And then go right. Keep going until you see a series of platforms above you. And some ghostly enemies, your siblings. Make your way up the platform, avoiding the siblings and possibly using them to climb, but make sure you do not get hit as they cause 2 massive damage. Once you reach the top, there will be a lighthouse canopy. Inside, there's some soul for you to heal, and a lever that turns on the lighthouse when activated. By the way, void entities don't give soul when they're hit. You can crystal dash or just swim across the now illuminated void liquid. On the right side of the falling room is the Shade Cloak, and an arcane aid if you're into that stuff. And that is all the movement abilities you can get in Hollow Knight, I believe. I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy watching. Have a good day!